Ìbá lára o àti ajérò, ọ̀rọ̀gún ilé ìlà, àwọn tí wọ́n jáwé ká tó jáwé, àwọn tí wọ́n wẹgbò ká tó wẹgbò, kíbà tí wàá ṣe lónìí. Ìbá gbogbo òrìṣà pátápátá tí ń bẹ lórílẹ̀, over 7 billion of us. Ìbá gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wò wá báyìí, kudos to you, greetings also to you from wherever you are watching us from. We call your divinity into this gathering today. And we only ask that may your wisdom work together with the wisdom available here. And may the universe, in its magnanimous benevolence, begin to help us to reach a place of maturity in our spiritual sphere. And those who are coming after us, may they pick up the energy that we are dropping now and do fantastic things, wonderful things with it. We ask that as we have dedicated our lives in rewriting the stories of the black child out there, may they, in their days, be able to lift up their head above their shoulder to tell the world that being black is beautiful, because we are doing something fantastic. And this is what I say to people that I come across. I said, if you are not doing this for yourself, at least do it for your children. Because they will come and ask you, or when people were rewriting our stories and messing us up, what were you doing? So even if it is for the sake of your children, you should do this. Pick up your arms and ammunition, not guns and bullets. Pick up the wisdom of the universe. Pick up the ability to know yourself and begin to use the weapon of knowledge, also referred to as science, to rewrite the stories of your ancestors, telling people that they are not demonic. They are simply fantastic. And if Eurogenta, Eurasian kind of theology painted their ancestors as angels, we will be okay to call ours ancestors Enodisha, Tiwedia. A ò ní págógó ṣọdún o, a ò ní tójú ilẹ̀ mọ́lẹ̀ o, a ò ní rógun àdá nìkan gbélé ayé, a ò ní dẹni tí ó mọ̀ pé ta ló wọlé o. Ìbá Ọ̀ṣun, Ṣẹ̀ǹgẹ̀ṣẹ́, Olóyè Ayùn, Awẹ́mọwẹ̀jẹ̀. Ìbá Ṣàngó, Olúkòso àyàrá iná, iná lójú iná lẹ́nu àbàkàtà tí ẹ̀ yẹ́rìyẹ́rì. Ìbá Ògún lákàáyé, Ọ̀ṣìnmọlẹ̀ olómílé fẹ̀jẹ̀wẹ̀ láṣọ lé fi mọ̀ tiẹ̀ gbóra bí aṣọ. Ìbá Èṣù láńróyè, Èṣù aláròyé, ọ̀bẹ́lẹ́kún sunkún kẹ́rù ọ̀bẹ́lẹ́kún, bẹ́lẹ́kún bá ń sunkún láàróyè a máa ṣẹ̀jẹ̀, ògbéni níjà kẹ́rù òbò níjà. Èṣù nù. Ìbá gbogbo àwọn alálẹ̀ pátápátá, ìbá ìwọ ìbá ẹ̀mí, kójú wa ṣe lónìí. So today, what do we want to talk about? We started a series calling ourselves to order, saying we must understand spirituality. And maybe not, there may be the difference between us and them. While we're trying not to compare one after the other or one with another, we are also trying to mark the distinguished line between what we do as spiritualists and what they do. And we say that knowledge of who you are and what you are capable of is the beginning of spirituality. So today's episode of Understanding Spirituality, we will be talking about how to effectively manipulate lust. How to effectively manipulate lust. What is lust? What is lust? We will throw it to the open. It's a teaching. In your definition, what is lust? I will be expecting you guys to fill me in from the comment section. I'm a teacher. So we must carry each other along. Before I tell you what I'm thinking, what is lost according to you? And try to say it from your perspective, not from Google definition or dictionary definition. What is lost? Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in, everybody. What is lost? I'm waiting. Nobody want to try? I'm waiting. What do you understand by the word lost? Okay, somebody say, Arrow, thank you for your contribution. Thank you. I love people like this who are not here to take alone, but to also give. Lost. Say desire of wanting something badly. Wanting something badly. That's close. Kayla, you say your wanting of something or someone is lost. No. You must be able to quantify the aggression and the intensity for which you want a thing before we can say this is lost. Everybody wants peace of mind. Is that lost? Everybody wants to be loved. Is that lost? There are basic human needs and there are basic human desires. If you are called human, you need food to succeed and to survive. If you are called human, you need air to breathe. So if you are cornered in a certain place which you are deprived of oxygen and you punch at it, you want it so much, that is not lost. That is not lost. That is a demand because it is a prerequisite for your survival. And if we take a look at today's teaching from that angle, if wanting oxygen so badly when you are cornered out of it is a prerequisite to live, so whatever it is that you want so badly and it is not a prerequisite to live is called lost. Whatever it is that you want so badly, remember there's a difference between need and want. Most of the time when people come for divination, they come to grab a want, not a need. The system of divination and spirituality hand over your need to you. But you crave for what you want. A need is a prerequisite for survival. A want is a luxury after surviving. And whatever it is that you want, there is an intensity that follows want. Why? Because the basic amenities, the basic demand, the basic tools for life has already been given. Now you are going overboard. And it is the process, the action of going overboard of what you need into grabbing wants that we call lost. Because there is no way you will live for want and there will not be an inappropriate desire, unholy, so-called holy, unrighteous, unjustifiable intensity towards that thing. Most time, the nature and universe make available your need for you without you struggling for it. Bọ́bá tí wàá di ogun ìlàkàkà ìlòkòkò, nǹkan kan tí ń ṣe ọ́, ọ sì ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí mọ́ ṣe nǹkan, ọ wàá máa yẹra rẹ wò. A woman needs a man to procreate. But a woman wants a man to be loved. Now we are going back to basics. Calm down now. A woman needs a man to procreate. A woman wants or desire intensely a man to be loved. Now, I'm not saying this factual statement, I'm giving this example. That a woman who wants badly a man so she can feel complete and beloved has already been given a man that she needs to procreate. It is her going overboard beyond procreation to feeling like she needs that make her begin to want. And in several attempts of wanting, so far as I am concerned, people always attract damages, regret, blame, had I known, to themselves in the moment that they plunge into the step of wanting. Because you can never compare your need to your want. Your need is a prerequisite to survive. Most times, it is provided by nature and universe. Now, I do not put into consideration artificial scarcity by means of hoarding, by means of political oppression, by means of constitutional manipulation. But everything everyone needs has been provided by the universe. The water is there. The universe knew you want water, so water existed before you come into existence. The solar system is there. You need it for growth. You need some vitamin. You need it also to make bread, to plant. The oxygen is there. Now, it is possible for you to cut down the trees in your environment and begin to suffocate, but what you need has been provided. In the process of wanting more land to occupy, in the process of wanting more land to acquire, in the process of wanting to exert your ability to be able to conquer the world and own it all, the basic need of some people are being stepped upon. And the thing about lust is like a cub of a tiger or lion that was brought home to be raised like a pet. The day this cub tastes human blood or blood whatsoever, it never goes back. It becomes wild. The moment you allow yourself to step into the place of lust, possibility of regaining back your memory, yourself, your humanity is limited. Now, when we gather together to talk about lust, we do not talk about lust when it is retained or restricted to sexual desire alone. A lot of you lust after power. Are you not powerful enough? The right amount of power you need has been given to you by nature. And your power comes from the ability to do things, which is the energy within you. Wọ́n lọ́mọ tó pàyà ẹ̀ ní supporter. Torí bí a bá wí títí ẹnìkan wà pé kí ni ìyá òun ṣe fún ohun tó fi pàyà ẹ̀. What that means is that everyone have a right amount of influence according to how nature has programmed them. So the power you need has been given to you. But people lust after power, wanting to spend themselves out in the process of desire, the lustful desire to control other people. You see, the power you need has been given to you by the universe and nature, and that power can only be exerted over yourself. You think you don't have power? You do have power. Is it power you're looking for? The evidence of power is the ability to say to yourself, keep quiet, and you keep quiet. That's power enough, right? If there's anyone you should exert power over, it should be upon yourself. Look at you. Oh, you have not conquered yourself. You want to conquer the world. Power. If it is power, we are talking under P now. Power. Now, when you say, do I have all the power I need? Yes, you do. The ability to open your mouth and make a positive or negative proclamation, which is called incantation, creative words, is another power that has been embedded inside of you. The power to control yourself, to put you under subjection, to manipulate you, to subjecting yourself to the point whereby the life you live now is creating the future and the reality you want ahead of you. And then also power to perfectly create the experience you need in life, which is lying here. So when you now begin to lust after power, power to be able to control the minds of others, the power to be able to invade the dreams of others, the power to be able to mess up, to hypnotize people, now you are lusting. You must be able to control it, to manipulate it. Because whatever it is that you lust after is the only weakness that can get rid of you. Nature does it in such a way that your destruction is also revealed to you. Torí kó mọ jọ̀gẹ̀dẹ̀ yóò mọ rìn dí, ikú ò mọ̀ pé ohun tó dùn ní padà ń pa ni. Àmọ́ bó bá jẹ́ pé ikú lọ́pọlọ ni, yóò ti mọ̀ pé ohun tóun fẹ́ràn òun yóò padà pa òun. Everyone knows what will kill them. Now you no one gree accept say, now this thing will kill me. So religious people want to be told what to do. Spiritual people know already what to do. Every single thing that you lust after is a potential trap for your untimely death and your destruction. I can't say maybe your own is sex, maybe your own is money, maybe yours is influence over people, maybe your own is property, maybe your own is pride. You already know what will kill you. Waiting could kill you deep for your body. Spiritual people know that. And how are they able to cheat death and stay longer alive? By manipulating their lust. You already know. Some people call it weakness. You know, you cannot see a woman with big bum bum. You know what will kill you. Because now, it is now easy for people who are targeting you. Apart from the fact that this is a self-destruct button that you are pressing, everything that makes you lose control of your brain and common sense is putting you in a ditch. I love doggy. Doggy no pada apa. Because when people want to get you, they study your weakness. They study you very well. It is easy to kill a man or a woman. It is easy to kill anybody. Know what they like and use it against them. Now somebody will say, manipulating lust. Who is supposed to manipulate lust here? It is not you. It is those who are after you. You must live a life in such a way that it becomes extremely difficult for the person right next to you to know your weakness. Am I no share you know shani? Oh, kora injano. You lost after ego. You lost after acceptance. You lost after recognition. When you see these people, you want to tell them your achievements. When you meet that one, you want to tell them what you're up to. When you see, why? Why? Kí làlàyé yẹn wà fún gbogbo àròyé tó ń rò yìí sí? Iṣu ẹ̀ta ọ̀sì fọ́ọ̀bù jẹ. Can't you just keep short? Somebody say it's my weakness. Every single weakness you have is your lost. Now, spiritual people do not ignore the fact that they have lost. Spiritual people engages lust to the best of their own possibility. I expect people who listen to me now to go back and have this thing we call MOT. You should do it often. MOT. MOT means moment of truth. I don't need to be there. Nobody needs to be there. MOT. Make sure you review yourself every time. MOT. Moment of truth. What are my weaknesses? What do I lust after? The moment you can identify those things you lust after, you have identified things that will kill you on time. And whenever you see what will kill you on time, what will you do? Lust is in everyone. Lust is in everyone. But some are able to use their lust for higher performance than others. And the difference between these spiritual people, the so-called spiritual leaders, and those who are coming to spiritual leaders is because a spiritual leader, number one, have been able to sit down to ascertain his or her lust and work constantly after it, while not claiming to be perfect yet. People say a lot of things about external forces making them strong. So they call Jesus. They call Allah. They call Holy Spirit. They call all sorts of things. According to a certain religion, they say you must not have sex with each other until you are married. They don't address the fact that when you reach the age of puberty and you don't start having the urge, then you are not normal. They don't address that. They expect you to naturally conquer your lust. Now, when you move towards lust with the mindset of conquering, you always lose the battle. So you walk around nature, you don't conquer nature. Are you with me? You walk around nature, you don't conquer, you understudy nature, you don't conquer it. It is an aberration to say you want to conquer your lust. You can't. As a matter of fact, the more you fight against it, the more it comes on you. So a young man, a young woman, they fall in love, they have this sexual urge, And because they belong to a sect, maybe Christianity or whatever, they find themselves behind the closed door, and then they have sex. And they say, oh, Jesus, please help us. Oh, Jesus, come and help us. While they are crying, oh, Jesus, we have sinned. Oh, Jesus, we have sinned. They will now give themselves 3 days fasting and prayer. And then give them another 2 weeks behind the closed door. They are on to the same action again. And while they are need this time, the lady is Jesus. They will still use Jesus to reach orgasm and use the Jesus to wash away the sexual distress. There's nothing wrong with you. You are normal. You are normal. The reason why you keep going back there is because you are trying to attack it. And you are approaching your loss from the perspective of conquest. And then the ultimate doom you have is that you are using what is not in existence to conquer it, because you have zoned the responsibility to one Jesus somewhere. Ṣé Jésù ló jẹ́ kí okú ẹ le? Àbí Jésù ìyẹn ló jẹ́ kí ìdí ẹ máa wet? Ìbéèrè ni mo béèrè o, Yorùbá lèmi o. Jesus did not give you erection. Nature gave it to you. And if it is from nature you got erection from, it is nature you go to study. Now, how you start? You now call yourself to order. What are the repercussions of my actions? Religious people will never be all right here because they don't think of repercussions. They only talk about forgiveness and mercy. What are the repercussions? The repercussion of having sex with a woman, number one, is that you have children. Children are a responsibility, I hope you know. Number two is that you become emotionally entangled with each person. If you are not the generation of the Dio, brother Dio, if you are not a Nozu man, if you are not a fuel station, some men can have sex with you 10 times in a day and they will not be a bit emotionally attached to you. Some women are like that. To them, you are just an object. Another thing is that whatever it is that this person carries as a disease, you also share it. Your head will help you. There's no disease transmission going on. Now, the fourth thing is the energy you now share with each other. Are you sure you want to carry the burden of this person on you? Because if a person carries wisdom in them, you have sex together, you can share. Just as if the person carries madness in them, you have sex together, you can also share. It is because the excessiveness of their divinity is so huge. If not, all the mad women they have been having sex with, you'll have run them mad already. Ore to tẹ́lẹ̀ ò tí bọ̀, ore tó fẹ́ ò tí bọ̀, èyí tó lẹ́ran ò tí bọ̀, elégungun ò tí bọ̀, tẹ̀yìn ò tí bọ̀, iwájú ò tí bọ̀, gbòs. Ó wá di bọ̀dá tirẹ̀ bọ̀. Now, in the aspect of what the nature has provided for you, the woman you need, one woman is there crazy about you. That's who you need. But then you want to be able to say variety is the spice of life. Why you ever that be spice? So you'll be in bed with Yetunde, you'll be calling Janet. Brain it Idaru. So what you do to manipulate this loss to your advantage is to list at your MOT what are the consequences of what I'm doing. If they dawn on me today, how am I going to cope with it? Or what am I going to use to cushion this effect? Surely excess comes with consequences. Falling in love comes with consequences. Every single action comes with reactions. There are consequences for everything we do. That's how you begin to now put the consequences above the action. Maybe you will now put yourself under subjection. You have walked around nature. You have not conquered it. You didn't go to nature with the concept of overcoming. You can never win nature. So also the same method will work for those who are suffering with pride. They need to understand that pride comes from a perspective of low self-esteem. You are struggling with something within you. It's not like people around you are disrespecting you. It's because you don't have enough respect for yourself. You have not evaluated what you are worth. You don't know who you are. You are lacking knowledge of what you are capable of. So you need other people to validate you. And when they don't do that, you want to rub it on them. You want to oppress them. You want to suppress them. Then the pride is formulated. Now you sit at the table at your MOT and you begin to say, what are the consequences of this, my action? I will always be in need, in want. Because somebody who struggles with ego problem, pride problem, self-esteem problem are people who are compared to the grave. No matter how much you invest in them, they want more, 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 more. And they will do anything to be in the spotlight. If you need my accolade to approve your success, you are a fool. I don't know how you started. I don't know your plan. I don't know if the highest you can go. If you need my accolade to now approve your success, you are a failure for life. You now begin to tell yourself at your MOT, what are the consequences of this, my oppression and suppression? Now you begin to know that people who work with you in fear. You are a ruler, not a leader. It is a human nature to want to rule others, but resist the urge to want to be a ruler, be a leader. Now, when you are a ruler, people give of their time to you because you are there. When you are a leader, people sacrifice their life for you, even in your absence. They will sacrifice. You will be telling them, calm down. They say, no. They have seen something in you that what you do is not out of selfish motive. You are not doing it because of what you will gain. You are doing it because of what they will also benefit from. So they are willing to use their life as a foundation for that thing. Now, you have taught them in such a way that what you call a dream and a vision that needs their resources and their attention is not to have a name for yourself, but to do something transgenerational. People buy into a dream that would not only affect the leader, but also them and their children to come. The resources you need to do a thing is in the hand of the people around you. The sky God will not give you anything. Yahweh will not give you anything. Allah cannot give you anything. Nothing can provide for you aside the people around you. But they need to trust you enough that if we willingly give our life and what is in need to you, you will not amass it to yourself. It will still be what is going around is coming around, and everyone have what to take and more than enough. So you see some people, folks are willing to go overboard with them and everything. You wonder what now, because you are struggling with that, you are still struggling with that self-esteem issue, and the arrogance is there, and the pride is there, and you are wanting to suppress people. Now envy and hate begin to come into place. You wonder how they listen to this young man. Why they are not listening to you? Have you listened to yourself? Because the young man has mastered the art of listening to himself, and listening to others. You cannot perfectly address the issue of others if you are not a good listener to their problem. Can you stay 2 hours in the presence of human beings, saying nothing and hearing every goddamn thing they say to you? Or your lust is always wanting you to interrupt them, wanting you to say, okay, I think I get what you mean. I said, no, you don't get what they mean. Let them tell you what they mean. Spiritual people are naturally calm when they are in the presence of others. Now, they come to the presence of others first as a servant, second as a master. As a servant, they know all your need. As a master, they make provisions for it. You are able to now manipulate your lust to want to say you know it. Everybody is contributing. It doesn't mean you should contribute. Sometimes you need to listen. In a place you say you feel like you should contribute, you are the one they should contribute to. Kilo je, kilo jamo, kilo ni, ogbon oni belorie, suru. And then people begin to now compare their validity and relevance in other people's life according to the numbers of folks who listen to them, who watch them, who come around them, and all that. These people, some of them are listening to you because you entertain them, not because they believe in what you're saying. Some are just coming and say, that mad guy is here again. Let's listen to him. And I use this moment to address this issue of electronic value that we add to ourselves in this dispensation. It's a dispensation of numbers. How many people are listening to you determines how relevant you are to yourself. No, even when a 0 person is listening, is your relevance to yourself still static? Is it still the same? Even when million people are listening, is it affecting your ego? Is it inflating it? If the numbers are increasing, and so therefore also affecting your value to yourself, you are valueless. Because one day they will come down. Will you come down too? Some came to listen to your madness. They don't rate you. Some came to lust after you. You might think you are ugly. Somebody is lusting after you. Some came because they saw you've started and they are so optimistic that you will fail. They want to witness your failure. They want to witness. Most people gather around you to witness how you will fail. You are thinking they are coming, yeah, I'm not relevant. They want you to fail. They have time. They are patient. They brought their suffer from home. They want to stay until you fail. Wait until you fail before you know they are not there for you. They are there for your failure. And some are practically there to steal from you. To steal from you. What they hear from you, what you give to them is all they are about. They are not willing to give back. These 4 categories of people make up 98% of people that gather around you every time. If your lust is to have people around you, you have lost after your death. If your lust is that you want crowd, you have lost after your own death. The remaining 2% came because they believe in you. And you see those 2% that came because they believe in you, they will never shout. They will never talk. They may not even identify with you in public, but underneath, they'll watch your back. They'll fight for you. They will also correct you. They won't come and blast you openly. They will come to your inbox. They will write you a mail. They will take time. They will come to your level because they are genuinely interested in you. We're talking about manipulating lust. Some of you lust after drinks, lust after this. Those are small lust. Those are little lust. You can control yourself. Our diva feyan. Ogundabede, Ogundara, Oguda Ogbe, Olori Ole ni warun re o. Don't add other people's own to your own. And if you have added, follow that's when some of you will now be saying, I can do it and scale through with it and all that. We talk about manipulating lust. Mostly this aspect of us is the other side of us that we do not see, but is very obvious to others. Somebody is saying in PR, the number is important, even if they are fake. Am I talking about PR here? Is it PR that you are hearing from? Am I talking to you about PR? Because we are still trying to see this PR we call, is it public relation? Now, what is your own problem to worry about public relation when you have not done your internal relation? Is it not when a person has done a good job in his internal relationship that they will be worthy to be sold out for public relation? That's why you see a lot of celebrity without content, a lot of your pastors without conscience, a lot of imam without morals. They worry so much about PR, they leave the IR, internal relation, alone. So we don't gather together because we want to trend. We gather because we want to be fantastic. So we just want to correct that as well. We want to correct that as well. The issue of lust. Is the other aspect of us that is capable of messing our life up, but is only available for viewing by others. So a good spiritualist always learn to also get feedback from others, not so it can live according to the opinion of the public, but so he can know what aspect of him he doesn't know. So many people will give you reviews, and it is to break your heart. It is out of hatred. It is out of manipulation. But when they are saying the truth, you know. The truth of the matter is, you might not know that you are engaging in that activity. But if somebody tell you about what you are lusting after, even within yourself, you will be a witness. You will reckon with them that, oh, Tony, money problem. I have that problem. And nobody should be above correction. If you really want to effectively manipulate your lust, you can be with a woman who can talk the truth into your sense. You cannot be with a man who cannot tell you the truth. Unfortunately, we live in an era where when you tell someone the truth, they will say, take me as I am. Who want to take rubbish in his life? Who's interested in taking rubbish? And this seems to be something very peculiar to the women folk. Why not try this way? Why not do it this way? Why not do the... Okay, I will think about it. I'll figure it out. I'm working on it. It's a good response. No. Take me as I am. If you don't like me like this, when you come out, they don't leave you come out now. Look at yourself now. Only you lonely. Now you're now saying you join the gang. I don't need a man in my life. You don't need a man, but you go and buy something that looks like a man and be disturbing our hearing in the midnight. Your room is always sounding like barber shop in the midnight. You don't need a man. You don't need a man. Look at your life. Is that not juju? A spiritual person must learn to take to correction. Those ones that come from an angle of genuinity. and sincerity. You will surely know if this person is hating or they are telling you the truth. So in manipulating your lust, humility is also requested. You are not asking for validation. You are learning from the aspect of you that you don't know, that is open and obvious to others. And you don't take everything in, you filter it. Sharon. You cannot be all wise. Even I don't know it all. You can all be all sound. No, you can't. See, the limitation of your knowledge is the starting point of some people's knowledge, and it does, the way people look does not really determine what they carry inside. So you don't join the gang of the people that say, take me as I am, oh, take me as I am, oh, take me as I am. Who want to take rubbish? Definitely not me. I don't know if some of you want to take rubbish. And the moment you begin to live with someone who say, take me as I am, you are living with a pretender. Because you can tell a man to take you as you are, it will take you as you are, pending the time that you still tickle his fancy. You can tell a woman to take you as you are, she will take you as you are, pending the time that you still rub a pocket. People have learned how to be deceitful, especially when the other partner is calling for it. Especially when the other partner is calling for it. Because when people come into your life and they say, let's make it work, let our iron sharpen iron. We know we are two strangers, but this is what I can take, this is what I cannot take. All they are requesting for you is to also say, this is what I can take, this is what I can't take. It becomes a good adventure when you guys can fizzle out what you don't like and take in what you like. But when you say you are static and you cannot, then you know a lust has conquered you that is capable of destroying you. So you must not at any point in time reduce lust to sex. Many people have died untimely, not only because of sex. Food has killed a lot of people. Food, ordinary food. Ordinary food has killed a lot of people. I know someone that every time he eats just one small plate of rice, and he will eat that plate of rice with almost 5 mates, and then he must take 2 bottles of Pepsi and one bottle of water. And he started growing pile and several other things. And then, unfortunately for him, there's diabetes in his family. But do you know that this guy is dying and he's saying, I'm sorry, but this thing I cannot do without it. It became an addiction for him. He knew this will kill me, but he also could not stop it. The amount of sugar you need has been provided. Other fruit that can give you natural sweet flavor has been given to you. That's what you need. Nature has provided it. Then you begin to look after what you want with intense desire. Your lust is your grave. You know what will kill you. You just don't want to accept it. So for the Take Me As I Am members of this association, we will also bury you as you are. We will bury you as you are. And when we are burying you, we will not cry. So lust is capable of turning into your addiction. A certain young man that I knew, he loves women who are slim, extraordinarily slim women. Extraordinarily slim women. Let me not lie to you. All of us, we have our own lust. And it comes both male and female. Some of you men here, She may be looking like a Borala Topa. If she like, let her be looking like a Eshu Shrine. As long as she has a tiny waist and a big bum bum, anything goes. So the definition of love for you is according to proportion of fat. Yooba, your brain is leaking somewhere. You don't know. Love to you, to be able to have emotion and fall in love, is now dependent on fat, disposition of fat, distribution of fat. So we need the mental evaluation. We need a psychologist. So you see what you have turned women to now. All of them want to transfer fat from one part to the other. Everybody claiming to be the best Eliphatiasis. And you are stressing these women out. And they will also not learn. Because I keep wondering, these fat you people are gathering, you people are gathering. Arthritis, will you be able to walk well when you are growing old? Yes, fine. A young lady with big buttocks, very attractive and all that. What about your legs? Would you be able to walk very well? That guy that is pushing you to go and gather fat below, it will leave you and move on with another person who can walk well. Do you think they will still fall in love with you when you are crippled? So you want to walk now, like a single pendulum. Yes, the fat is there, but lost. So such a man, it is easy for us to set that kind of a man up with a woman like that, because he has defined to us that he would rather die this way, so we'll give him his death. So about the young man I was talking about, he loved very slim ladies. We were in the same church there when I was still a Christian. Saw this young man, fell in love with her, married her. Within 2 years, they had 2 babies. No, 3 years, they had 2 babies. And you know, women now, they will not disappoint you. The moment they start, they would start gathering body. And the moment the wife started adding fat in the body, this guy started chasing other women that look like his wife before the wife got pregnant and gave birth. And all the teenagers in the church then, Morogo, he was just booking hotel for them everywhere, booking hotel. Other pastor's wife, he was even seducing them and making love to them. The only problem is when you see a slim lady, run from that guy. They called him, they disgraced him in front of church every time. They knelt him down, they lay hands on him, they pray for him. He will cry. They will say they are doing deliverance. He will be saying, "Oh God, help me! Oh God, help me!" Oh, it's a lie. Tomorrow you will still hear his name in the province that he has impregnated another lady. When you see the lady slim, they were now wondering what is going on. So I had to have a talk with him, and then he told me about a series of women, and I discovered that it's the stature. And I asked him, if you truly know what love is, should love be defined according to the fat in a woman's body? And I said, have you seen a cow that is being roasted before? I said, those things that is dropping in their body while they are being barbecued, that's fat. I said, that is the definition of love to you. Can't you see? And that was the moment the guy realized that something is wrong with him. How can fat be his definition of love? His life was really messed up. His marriage broke, everything scattered because of lust. not something extraordinary. Lust is not a spiritual attack. Lust is your irresponsibility and stupid desire for things that you don't need or want. Lust is that icing of the icing on the icing of the icing on that cake that is not needed to make the marriage work, that you still want to eat. Ó ti jẹ dòdò báyìí. Ó fọwọ́ dòdò pọmọ ní dòdò ní dòdò. Ó lè sòdodo mọ́. Gbogbo ẹ̀ wá di pàbó porogodo ọjọ́ kejì ọjà. A ò ní ṣiṣẹ́ o, a ò ní ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ gbé o. So what am I saying? Go back in your closet and have a moment of truth. What is your lust? So when your definition to falling in love and getting married to a person is because he's tall, he's dark, he's handsome, it will beat you as a tall person, it will molest you as a dark person, it will mess you up as an handsome person. Handsomely. I mess life up handsomely. Some will say, this guy is so intelligent, he's so wise and all that, and that's because that's why you want to fall in love with him. Do you know his dark side? Do you know what he's struggling with? And I've seen a lot of women also who fall in love with someone who is in a place of power or influence. You think our life is perfect? Huh? You think because we are saying it, that's the way it is, that we are living? We also struggle. We come to teach out of our very many mistakes. You think it will be sweet for you to hear if I've not tried it and make mistake and tell you the repercussion of it. I'm teaching you my mistake. My life is way far from beautiful. It's ugly there. So every single time I make a mistake, I come to teach you and say, I have tried it, oh. No try, amo. Don't go and try it, oh. Me, I've been there, oh. All you see is, he's wise, he's saying it. I'm teaching you my mistake. I've gone ahead of you to mess up. I've gone ahead of you to make mistake. I've gone ahead of you to make a wrong decision. I've gone ahead of you to go into wrong marriages. I've gone ahead of you to go and be bowing to trees and all that. I've gone ahead of you to mess life up. And I have seen ahead, and I come to teach you what I have made mistake on. If I knew someone who could teach me, if I know or I have someone who could teach me before I made some mistake, maybe I would not be here talking to you. I'll just be living life, beautiful life. Don't fall in love with me because of my mistake that I'm teaching you. I only want a better option for you. That's why you fall in love with your pastor, he messed you up. Fall in love with your imam, you messed you up. Are you not supposed to be a man of God? He's a man. Where is the God? It is you that should control your lust. Because you want to be báyé bá ń jáyé, àmọ́ ṣubú á sì mọ dìde ni. Béèyàn bá ń jéèyàn, àmọ́ ṣiṣẹ́ á sì mọ tú ẹsẹ̀ wa gbé ni. So you got to know, this lust may kill you. Some of you have lust after women, men, fall in love with them. They have damaged your life. You are yet to recover. Some will never recover. Some just simply go to end their lives. Ìfẹ́ kọjá ìbásùn sí ìtayọ ẹ̀fẹ́. Anything can get you orgasm, but true love is beyond orgasm. So you don't make decisions because of that hormone in your body. So you don't dig your own grave. Let someone dig it for you. Don't dig it by yourself. Manipulating your lust. And it's so obvious. When someone knows your lust towards them or towards something else, they know how to get you. They just only to be better in that aspect of life to get you. The lust of a monkey is banana. Give it enough banana, you'll catch it. The lust of a proud man is respect. Give him respect, you'll get him. The lust of a wayward woman, promiscuous one, is sex. Give them sex, you will get it. You want to dig the grave of a person who loves alcohol, give them wine. They will soon die. Are you living such a life that people can see you're lost? Obviously. You have told them how to kill you. Are you living a life where you are not even able to manipulate that lust to push you and propel you to the best place? You are killing yourself softly. Some of you don't need an external attack to kill you. Your lust is in your body. Some of you, your lust is inside your fridge, your freezer. Somebody was saying earlier that chocolate should not kill her. You too don't kill chocolate. So you already know this thing is getting you to the grave. So you determine, you want to go now or you're going to stop. Some of you are greedy about money. Money, 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 money. You can kill people with money. Some of you do dangerous businesses all around. And the thing about people who are struggling with lust is that they always say this is going to be the last time. The last time of a lustful person is the last time for them for you. So either you do it for the last time and you die. You do it for the last time you are arrested. You do it for the last time you are killed. You do it for the last time you are gone. You do it for the last time you lose your integrity and your name. Just always a last time for a lustful person. For a lustful person. So lust is neutral. Lust is constantly neutral to you and to those who want to use it. It exists in you. You have it within you, but it is neutral in such a way that it can either push you to the place of your greatness and give you life. Lust will either push you to the place of greatness, give you life, take you to the place of destruction, and take your life. What would you want lust to do for you? It is in you. Go to the moment of your truth, write down all your lust, and don't tell us. Tell yourself the truth of how you want to manipulate it to work for you. How can you make it work for you? My name is Baba Yooba, and thank you very much for listening. Before we start to take questions, I would like to show you certain beautiful topography right now. I don't know if the voice will show. If the voice is not showing, if the voice is showing, just don't mind. All right, guys, this is a mountain I was talking about. This one, over 50, over 50 feet tall. Momadebe. So this is the one that is extending, which we can acquire this very beautiful topography. And then just right here, that is Ibadan, where they do the whole worship. They all people from Ibadan come here yearly, go to the top. It's very high. It's very high. And the remnant of it from this angle right here to this place, all of this rock, all of this beautiful topography, they were going to sell it. Now I'm wondering why. Very beautiful green pasture here. And then you can almost see, if you stand on top of this mountain, you can almost see the whole of Ibadan. If we can just acquire it and make a step around it, so people could come for hiking. And I listen to this mountain. And I can tell you, there's a whole lot of messages passing across here. I listen to it a lot. So it's extending to this. All right, so thank you very much for holding on. The clip I just showed you was actually the mountain that we were gathering money together to acquire for our movement, where we are going to be holding our New Year festival every single year, July 3rd to July 5th every single year. I'm at Peloke Osha, the mountain of the Orisha. On the mountain, there will be a lot of things that is going to be placed there. the sculptural illustration of all our ancestors, the Orishas. Shango, Ogun, Obatala, Oya, Yemoja, Shopana, all this. Even from Western Africa, from Eastern Africa rather, the Serapis is coming, all of these things, South Africa and all that. So Africans can stop going to Mecca for one spiritual pilgrimage, Jerusalem for whatever. They can gather together on the mountain of the Orisha to connect with the ancestors and to have things that they can hold on to. And the intention is to pass this across to our descendants, our children that are yet to be born. I'm up with Osha. And then that mountain is actually covering over 12 plots of land. That's 2 acres. And we have some other parts to also acquire. And we have so far acquired 8 plots out of it. 8 plots out of the old mountain, because very huge, very wide and all that. It's located in Ibadan at Oduono Elewe Aboke village. Here in Ibadan. That's where we are going to be holding our New Year festival. By the way, this is the banner for our New Year festival, and you are invited. You are invited. People traveling all the way from all across the globe to visit Africa for the first time or to revisit Africa. We're going to gather together on the mountain come July 3rd this year to venerate ancestors, to venerate our own Ori, and to also be together as a unified force of people who know themselves now. And we are using that to also invest in Africa. And if you have a token or two that you intend to also be part of this particular mountain, I'm going to advise you that you join our African Spirituality Hub on Telegram. African Spirituality Hub on Telegram. African Spirituality Hub on Telegram. You'll get information on how to go ahead, because there's a certain group meant for that particular one. Those ones who have come together with their resources for us to be able to acquire this mountain. And the intention was that every single one will put a penny or two on the mountain as acquisition. Their name will be on a very huge plaque. So from generation to generation to generation of those who are going to be visiting that mountain, they'll be able to know that these ancestors secure this part of Africa and this part of the earth for us to gather together and venerate ourselves. And on the mountain, there will be a lot of huge excursion. Each Orisha will be placed in their own abode, natural habitat. And there's nothing like worshiping or bowing down to these Orishas. It is plainly for educational purpose, for you to learn. Why does this one make this hair? Why is this one wearing this skirt? Why do this one wear black? Why is this one wearing red? And all of those things. And then you also have a place where you, as an element of water, you can venerate. You, as the element of earth, you can venerate. You, as the element of sun, you can venerate. If you identify with air, you can also venerate your own energy also, because the mountain has some rocky aspects. There's some also forest aspect also, which you are going to be preserving. I also bring to your notice that our Water Mastery class registration is closing by 25th of this month. Water Mastery class is closing on the 25th of this month. We are starting a class on the 30th of this month. It's just a one-day class for about 3 hours or so. If you have a child around 12-year-old to upward, they can also be registered in this class. It costs 170 USD or 80,000. And for children who are 12, 14 above, you can register them at the rate of $100 only. The parent register with 170 USD. The information for that is scrolling below. You can just go to babayoba.org/sign up. When you make the necessary payment, you can reach out to me with the link above, Baba Yoba link above, to give us your, what is it called? The proof of payment and your email address for us to be able to reach out to you. Other ways to reach out to us is also scrolling below for consultation. And you can follow us on all our social media, even though we are currently being banned on Facebook to broadcast right now. You can also join our online shrine, the African Spirituality Hub, which is the online shrine. Now we go back to answering questions. We're going to be picking 1 or 2 questions, and then we'll wrap it up for the day. Somebody said, thank you for your time. Though you have a very Eurocentric, non-tolerant style of lecture, African practices are usually very tolerant and interactive. But I guess everyone has their own way of doing things. Okay. If this is not tolerant enough for you, let's just block you. Thank you for the what is it called? For your contribution. Ẹni tí a bá palẹ̀ ń wá, eléyìí yóò wà tolerant tó. A ìjọba yọ wákàtí kan, a fún yín láyè kẹ́ ẹ béèrè ẹjọ́ tí yín, a bá yín sọ̀rọ̀, a sọ̀lọ̀, a sọ̀bọ̀, ẹ tún pé Eurocentric, nǹkan ń wọ́ọ̀rì yín. Àṣẹ o, àṣẹ o. Somebody said, what else about thinking of consequences help with working around human nature? What other method can be used? That's the only method I know. You might come up with other better methods. Consequences should actually dawn reality on you. Consequences should dawn reality on you. If there are other methods aside from facing consequences, then I think we are deceiving each other. Thank you. All right, so for those who think we are not interactive enough, we can gladly just tell them to leave the platform and then also honor them by blocking them. For those who are very, very, conversant with this particular platform and know that everyone have their say. I don't like them. I don't really appreciate it. All right, so I guess we'll call it a day, right? If you have other questions, we can put it up. If there's no other question, we can wrap it up. Do we wrap it up for the day, or you have other questions? Some people pushed the question up before. I couldn't get the question because I was still teaching. We always answer questions after we're done teaching. And now is the time to ask a question. We have 1 minute for your question to come. Somebody is saying, Baba Yooba, can you please talk about that data transfer in African spirituality? I have spoken about that. I've spoken about data analysis and data gathering in African spirituality. Data analysis and data gathering in African spirituality. Go to our YouTube channel and you will see it. I've spoken about that. Yeah, that should answer your question. So, any other question, please? Any other question? If you have posted question before and I skipped it, that's because I'm not in the session of answering question. You can now answer your question now. Leave Simisola alone. Leave the Simisola alone. We should let her be. Let her be. Always resist the urge to shalaye. If somebody is making your life miserable, please, you can just block them or ignore. You can block or ignore. Oyinbo people that created social media have given you button to auto block. All right, so okay, I saw a thing. I saw a thing about Sophia is saying, Baba, is this related to divine justice or the spiritual principle of the Orisha? I don't quite get your question. I don't get a particular question. So it's better you rephrase it, or you just send a mail to Baba Yooba at gmail.com, babayooba@gmail.com, to further explain your question. So since there's no question, that means you guys are giving me a free way out of today's session. So, adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ aboyúnlé, adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ àtẹ̀dí, adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ọgbà tí wọ́n jáwé ká tó jáwé, adúpẹ́ pẹ́ òkun lónìí. And today we will make decree, especially on peace, the decree of peace on our home, in our place of work, in our family, on our children. That may our peace not be troubled with things that we are not expecting. May we not be surprised with trouble in our life. May we not be gifted with calamity. May the package of tribulation not be handed over to our doorstep. May we not find ourselves in a situation of catastrophe. I'm making this decree now because Kamarogun alakoba, Kamarogun alasawaba, gbegbe tí ó fẹ́ tí ń gbé kiri kó má bàa gbèsè gùlé tiwa. They will not be held responsible for a thing we know nothing about. The same goes to our children also, whatever they are. When you are done saying Ashe to this, you use your palm to touch your 2 feet. Just touch it. Touch it. Touch the ground before you. Touch your feet again. Touch the ground before you. Touch your feet again. Do that 3 times. When you get home or you see your children, do it also. Touch their feet. Touch the ground before them. Touch their feet again. Touch the ground before them and make decree and proclamation. May they not step on the wrong part of the earth. May they not walk right straight into trap. May they not be buried now. May they not be misguided, misinfluenced, misconstrued, misunderstood, and also misdirected. Just speak that word. Ilẹ̀ ọ̀gẹ́rì àkọ́kọ́yẹrí alápòore ibi ire ní kọ́mọ wù kọ́mọ gbọ́mọ rẹ lọ àti wà àtàwọn ẹbí rẹ. Please do that. Do that yourself also. Adára fún wa o, ayé wa kalẹ̀ o, ó dìgbà kan náà o. Èrè lójú owó rí kójú wa ó máa ríre o. Èrè lójú owó rí kójú wa ó máa ríre o. Wọ́n ní ojú àti àìríbi, etí àwòdì gbọ́ ọ̀ràn. Ojú wa ò ní rí bí o, etí wa ò ní gbọ́ bí o. Wọ́n wá ní fi ìrètí wa ṣàpínlẹ̀ o. Àṣẹ. Kò rí bẹ́ẹ̀. Ire o.